What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Redemption with Jaden, and welcome back for some more Lackey Grand Prix 13 gameplay. This is the last round of Swiss, round 5, and it is going to be against Zach Gilbaugh. And we are kind of going into this round, we were both kind of at the borderline of, like, if we win this game with a full win, then we might make it into the top 4 or top cut. Like, we weren't even, like, guaranteed with a win. And so it made the game, kind of interesting in the sense, like, well, we both want to be competitive and do, like, give our best shot at winning and getting a higher differential, because that is, how we would be able to progress in the tournament. But I think we were also both kind of like, well, for one, it's an unofficial tournament, and for two, the likelihood of us making it into top cut is a little bit slim. Like, we would really have to give it our all, or give it our best, whatever, and win decisively in order to, like, guarantee a slot. And so I think we both kind of picked decks, or maybe, like, versions of decks at least, that were not necessarily like, all right, I'm bringing this to a high-level tournament, but this is what I'm going to enjoy playing. And I think, they're both, because of the way that both of us are, I think we're both wanting to play something that's somewhat competitive, because that's what we're going to enjoy playing. But I think for sure Zach picked something that he was like, I don't know if this is quite as good. I think he even says that toward the beginning of the game. But this is what I wanted to play, and I kind of ended up with a similar thing, where this is a deck that I think is decent. At least, like, when I'm playing it, I kind of know, like, how to navigate it well. It is a post-exilic deck, which is, as many of you are familiar with from my videos, or from playing me in person, I do like this offense. And so this is something that I don't necessarily think is super competitive right now. Like, this is actually what I played at the Thomas J. Chambers Memorial Tournament, in which I went 3-3 as a slightly modified version of this deck, or I should say this is a slightly modified version of that deck, where there I was playing it at 52 cards, and here I brought it up to 57, so I would get that extra dominant, or maybe even 58, I think, because I had a card, or didn't cut a card. Maybe here I can go look over here. This is the previous version. No, I did get it to 57. All right, so yeah, this is where we ended up at, and it's, I wanted to cut it back down. Like, I just wanted to swap out a few cards, but as I was adding cards, I was like, oh well, I want to try this out too. And by this, I mean Buckler. As you can see, the highlighted card here, I think it's a reasonable card for posties. Plenty of warriors that you want to use, and with Jehu plus weapons, that just seemed pretty good. So that is what I wanted to try out, and I didn't really feel like taking out one of the other dominants to slide it in there, and I was already kind of up to, I think I was probably at like 53 cards or something like that, and I was like, well, if I just add a dominant another card, I can add a little bit more defense, which is what I think the deck was in need of, or some tweaking either way to get a little bit more punch with the defense, I guess. Not necessarily punch, actually. It has a lot of punch, but a little more resistance, I guess. Like, where the one card that I definitely should have had in there for the tournament, for the Thomas J tournament, was the Lying Prophet. Just the draw ability and the fact that he cannot be prevented. I think if you're playing any brown or gray defense, like, the Lying Prophet should probably be in there, or at least should be strongly considered. I think just, the hand information too, that's also big, and then the situational discarding of a prophet, because prophets are everywhere. So Lying Prophet, definitely a little bit of an oversight on that one, but I did kind of want to try out some newer, different stuff. As you can see, the main 6, I guess, that I had in here for that tournament were Haman, Job's wife, Xerxes, Persian Horseman, Uzzah, and Deceiver, and only having the 6 evil characters with the 52 card version that I was running did give me a few issues with during that tournament, and I did have different Lost Souls in here. I actually wasn't running Dull or Lawless, which also doesn't help to getting evil characters out. I was doing an OT Lost Soul Unity, so I had instead of these two, I had Famine in here, and I switched those out without thinking. Like, I was just thinking, okay, I'll take out the Lost Soul that has OT Unity because I want to have more ways to get to my defense with Dull and Lawless, and I completely forgot about the fact that Uza only protects OT Lost Souls, so that's why I was originally OT Unity. So I think I would probably cut these out in future versions of the deck, but since this is what I played for this game, I just wanted to show you that. I think maybe Famine comes back in, definitely Covet comes back in, because the other thing this defense wants is a Humble Lost Soul, and if they take out mine, well, then hopefully a Covet or a Wanderer can go and get one for my opponent, and that, yeah, I think showed at the tournament where people were playing Holy of Holies and other means of negating evil characters, whether it was 24 Elders or that's kind of the main one, but yeah, 24 Elders and Holy of Holies are kind of the two more popular ones right now. But Persians don't have a whole lot of CBP options, so you got Xerxes and Haman, which are both CBI, and then that's about it. And so that was another reason Lying Prophet was in here, just having an evil character that could do something against the Holy of Holies meta that we seem to kind of be going in a little bit here. So yeah, otherwise I do think that the Brown defense is awesome. Like, I think if your opponent is not prepared for it, then you can do a lot of damage very quickly with cards like Haman's Plot and Descent Against Moses, Better Slaves, and Mask of Arrogance was also not in the deck before. That was one of the cards I added to get it up to 57. I pretty much only added defense to get it up to 57 because the defense was a little bit slim, and adding stuff like Mask of Arrogance definitely gives a little bit more fuel, I guess, or like all the cards I added were all cards that get me more cards. So Lying Prophet, Malachite Slave to basically cycle itself. It gets another evil character from the deck. A lot of times it's going to be Lying Prophet on the first turn, but also getting out Haman is important. So I figured that even though I have Deceiver, Malachite Slave would just be an additional option to get to Haman, or to get to Uza on turn one if that's the play, or like that's just what I need, is just something to buy time while I kind of set up the rest of my defense. So that is pretty much the defensive changes there. Like before, these were cut and this was not there, and that was pretty much the whole defense before. Wasting Disease also wasn't there. A lot of times I will be probably using that on the enhancement side, but I put it in, or I guess like situationally I will, but if I don't think I'll need it, or like it just makes sense, like I don't have another artifact to activate, I will activate the curse side, because that also helps deal with some of the counters that people are playing, the problem cards. Like if someone is doing a Holy of Holies and Pot of Mana lock style of deck and they have Glory of the Lord, then Wasting Disease can punish them, I guess, if they search and shuffle Glory of the Lord, give me an opening to play Shipwreck on their Tabernacle or something like that. So I just thought that would be a decent counter for the meta, especially because those kind of decks do like to do a lot of searching, specifically for the kind of gray-white version where they're going to be attacking with Moses or David and searching for the battle winners, and having Wasting Disease would be a good counter for that. So that was also not in here for the offense. I changed a few things as well to make it a little more Holy of Holies friendly, and potentially also Pot of Mana, but I think I Am Sustainer is just it's a very simple card, but I think it's just decent. It's got like enough flexibility to make it playable, and so saving it kind of similar to Wasting Disease, where I'm going to be playing it as an enhancement as often as I have the opportunity to do so. But if I suspect I'm in a matchup where, they've got Holy of Holies or maybe a Punisher, Lost Soul, Confusion of Mind, those kind of things, then we're going to be using that artifact side to make my single brigade heroes CBP. So because we have Zerubbabel, Jadon, Baruch, we're going to have these guys be CBP, and then once Zerubbabel converts, it doesn't really matter if he's negatable or not, because he's on the meek side, so he's not going to be single brigade at that point. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Then everybody else is pretty much, well, I guess, so Jeshua is CBN, Eliud is CBP, Nehemiah would still be negated, Ezra would not be negated by Holy of Holies at least, because he is a priest, and David is CBN, so it kind of makes it so that Holy of Holies doesn't really do a whole lot against the offense here, which is kind of nice, and that's sort of what we want, is to be able to work around that. Pot of Mana is still going to be an issue here, so do have to have answers for that, but that is, some of the mitigation that I decided to add in. Joshua is a great counter to that kind of stuff, but he's also, I have to be able to get him from reserve with someone other than David, because David bans him into battle, so against Pot of Mana, that's not going to work. So, that's one of the options there, though, is finding other ways to get Joshua to reserve and kind of dealing with it piece by piece. Joshua is still good, believe it or not. The enhancements, let's see, so I did cut, actually, Eliezer, the Potentate, from the list, which I don't know if that was the right play or not. Eliezer kind of opens it up so that you can do the post-exilic banders before doing the warriors with, like, David to someone from reserve. So if I want to end with Matan or something, then, a lot of times, or without Eliezer, I'm just going to have to go David to Matan, but with Eliezer, I can go, Zerubbabel to Baruch to Haggai to Ezra to, Jeshua to Eliezer, and then David, and then Matan. So it's a piece of the chain that gives me a little bit less flexibility, but he's a hero that is multi-brigade, so even with I Am Sustainer active, he's going to be negated by Holy of Holies and the like, and he's usually just kind of the weakest link, I guess, in this particular build at least. So he was trimmed out, and then Solomon's Dream was also trimmed out, just because I've got one fewer meek hero that it works on, and so I thought Feast of Booths might be better, because with Feast of Booths and I Am Sustainer in here, I can maybe get some benefit from the Banish trigger ability on Jerusalem Tower, or if you banish one or more evil cards, you can top deck an OT gold card from deck. I didn't really capitalize on this at all for the tournament, but I did have Jerusalem Tower in the main deck and Zerubbabel's Temple in reserve. I decided to try out switching those because there were just a few times where I had the star on on Zerubbabel and like the option to activate it, and it just it doesn't do anything because Zerubbabel's Temple is in reserve. It is kind of nice to have Jerusalem Tower in the main deck, so you can get it out on turn 1 if you're expecting to go against like a Nazareth or a Matthew deck and you're going first. But I don't know. It's something that I could see going either way. And if I could figure out a way to have them both in the main deck, and maybe Goshen actually goes in reserve instead, because like people aren't playing as many dual or like multi-brigade enhancements these days. So I don't know. Goshen never really felt like it was doing anything, but it's one of those cards where it doesn't ever feel like it's doing something because your opponent isn't playing the cards that they would otherwise be able to get to play. So you don't necessarily know when they have to play around it, unless I'm looking at their hand, I guess, which this deck does like to do with cards like Teaching Parables and whatnot. But I don't think it's been doing a whole lot for me, but I really do like the ability to go Zerubbabel, ban to Jadon or to Nehemiah or to Jeshua, and then get Goshen on turn 1. Just seems good, but I don't know, maybe it's not as good as I'd want it to be. So maybe Jerusalem Tower goes in for Goshen, and then Goshen, I can pull that out of reserve, and doesn't necessarily need to be a turn 1 card. So that's a consideration. Let's see, the things that I didn't really think about before, I guess, for triggering Jerusalem Tower that I thought were actually kind of cool is the fact that you can get a Jerusalem Tower trigger with Sheol, because Sheol makes, or you banish an evil card from your discard pile. And this just triggers if I banish one or more evil cards from anywhere. So in play, discard pile, wherever. So I Am Sustainer and Feast of Booths are kind of new additions that let me banish cards. But cards that were already in here that I hadn't really thought about but actually do kind of help are Sheol, and then I thought about putting in Great White Throne. That would be another way to trigger it. You banish a card, you get a hero, and then you get to the top deck of the gold card afterwards, and hopefully have Jeshua out so you can draw the card right afterwards. And also Haman's Plot is another one that banishes that. It banishes itself, but it's still your card doing the banishing, so it works, which I think is kind of cool. Getting those kind of sneaky triggers. So I don't know. With that in mind, Jerusalem Tower probably should be in the main deck instead of Goshen, but that's not how I had it for this game. So we'll leave it there for now and consider that later. All right, so those are pretty much the main changes to the deck. Since then, the deck has changed somewhat significantly, probably since the last time I played it on the channel. Maybe not too much, actually, but yeah, I am liking the brown defense here. The Persian's working well with Haggai, and you can get Judge's Seat back, or your other fortresses if your opponent is taking them out. So I think that's pretty cool. It's a nice little synergy. The last, I suppose I did change one thing in reserve, I think, from the main, or from the build I had before, which is the City of Refuge. It used to be Noah's Ark, and for a long time has been Noah's Ark in this deck, just because Emmaus Road gets it out nicely, and I do like having the protection, especially because this deck plays so many heroes, so any kind of mass territory destruction, or the given to Egypt, the new capture one, or just anything that Dragon's Wrath and whatnot, is pretty devastating for this deck if they're able to pull it off. House Divided, another one that can be difficult, as you may see in the upcoming game, where that is certainly a threat. Spoiler alert. But I decided instead to try out City of Refuge, because the one thing that this defense really struggles with, or doesn't like, I guess, is really I want to keep Haman around as much as possible, and there aren't really any ways to get him back from the discard pile. But if I do have City of Refuge out, then when my opponent inevitably plays their Angel of the Lord on Haman, I can actually move Haman to City of Refuge if I play it as a fortress, and then be able to get him back to use him again for the next turn. There is a chance, I guess, of wanting to use this as a site. I am playing Martyr and Angel of the Lord myself, so if my opponent is on GOC, good stuff, like they're doing Disciples and Romans or something like that, where they're pretty much all New Testament, then maybe I will play this as a site instead. But since the site only protects from discard and the fortress triggers on harm, then the fortress might be better off if I am trying to keep my Haman around. They could, convert Haman or something like that, which would make it a little bit worse. But I mean, mostly it's going to be Angel of the Lord on Haman, because if Haman gets initiative, I'm probably winning the battle. Haman's Plot, Haman's Boasting, playing these cards that are difficult to stop on Haman, ending the battle with Wasting Disease or Honor Thy Enemy. So yeah, that's usually what's going to happen, is they're going to try to play Angel of the Lord on Haman. Anyways, I guess the one caveat with the fortress is that it doesn't really give me the mass removal protection, because it's only once per turn that you can use the ability, so you can only hold one character there each turn. It is turn, not just round, though, so I can use it for a hero on my attack, and I can then also use it for an evil character such as Haman on my block. So that's kind of nice. All right, that is pretty much it. I think you guys know most of the rest of the gist of this deck. 20 shekels, still a good performer for this deck. Kind of the other new card. 20 shekels, Baruch, Jaden, yeah, and some of the defense here. Those are the new Roots cards that we're going to be showcasing here, and then also this Buckler, going to try to make that work. So, like I said before, I believe I mentioned this before, I'm playing Zach Gilbaugh. He's my opponent. He's playing a Priests and Demons deck, which is where that House Divided Threat comes into play. And that is not a card that this deck really wants to see. So, gonna be, you're gonna be able to see how I get to try and play around that and all that. So, it was a great game. It was a lot of fun. Before we get into the game, I'd like to thank Your Turn Games, the sponsor of this channel and a supplier of all things redemption. So if you are in need of any singles or packs that you want to just crack open and get the dopamine going and all that, or you're just getting started, or you're not really sure how to get started, you've already got the starter decks maybe, and you've been playing them, you want to upgrade a little bit, you can go check out the contender decks, which are just pre-built competitive decks in here that are really on a pretty good deal for the price that they are. A little bit of a discount from the buying all the singles by themselves. So thank you, Your Turn Games. Go over there and check them out if you are in need of any redemption cards or supplies. And without any further ado, let's get into the game. Oh, wait, one other thing. More of kind of an announcement thing. If you are in the Minnesota area, or Minnesota adjacent area, or I mean, even if you're further away but you still want to come hang out with us, February 3rd we have a tournament coming up, so be sure to check out the Discord for more information on that, and hope to see you there. All right, now let's play some Redemption. All right, let's do it.
Good luck. Good luck.
Good luck, have fun. That's what the cool kids say, right?
Yep. I'm not a cool kid, though, so.
Oh. Hey, look at that. You got... Wait. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was like, why are these not the same? But they have the same background because you're using the original version.
Yes, I am.
Yep. All right. Let's see. You rolled a 6. Guess it's up to you, good sir.
Yeah, it's the first die roll I've won this Lackey Grand Prix.
Wow, impressive.
That
was how I felt at the Memorial Tournament.
Yeah. I'll go first. I have no stars, which I wish to activate. That's a hard sentence to say.
No stars. I have let's do 2 stars that I wish to activate. Let's do this guy. I'm gonna attempt to top deck an OT card from your reserve, but I'm not going to be able to. But I will look at it at least.
You can take a look.
See what we got going on here. All right. See, you're playing Genesis offense, right?
Basically.
Yep. And then looks like a Herod's defense. Nice.
Yep.
All right. So I care about that card and that card. I guess, yeah, those are good to know. All right.
Nah, Divided isn't good against posties.
Oh, no. All right, and then Virgin Birth. I will view my top 6. If you're going first, that one seems good. I will take a Deceiver. And we'll send Virgin Birth to the bottom. So this goes to my hand, goes to my hand. Those go back on top.
Okay. Let's do my darkness first.
Sure.
I'll just grab this one.
Seems good.
It'll go to my hand, and then let's underdeck this card.
Grumbled is cool with demons and gates.
Yup. Especially with Shield. If you get both of them, you underdeck Grumbled, and then you use
Oh, sure. Yep.
Gates to bring it out. Draw, underdeck a demon, use Gates again.
Nice.
So I underdecked a card and drew.
Okay. Then you just need a Remiss in there to bounce your demons back to your hand.
Yep.
It would be cool to see Remiss see competitive play to some
Game
degree.
play.
Yeah. All right, so now I have the option to use my shepherds. Guess I should have been thinking about this a little bit harder while you were doing your abilities. I feel like probably that one is the way to go. Well, I guess, yeah, we can, yeah. All right, let's do this card at the bottom. Draw one. We knew that was there. We knew this was there. And we got that one. So Hopper's gonna hop, and Lawless I will do myself. You can see the top 6 this time. And I will take... It's kind of tough. Who's is probably not going to do me much good here unless you activate an artifact, I suppose. Yeah, I like Honor Thy Enemy. It seems like a decent option here.
Yep.
And that's it for me.
Sweet. I'll go to my turn.
Yep.
Play that down.
Ooh, an artifact.
And that down.
All right, I want my Izza back.
Well, you have a Deceiver, hopefully. I mean, you could
Yeah,
have injected
I might have.
but
Yeah.
let's play a Tabernacle.
Mm-hmm.
Let's turn over Holy of Holies.
You would.
Yep.
Turn 1. Look at that.
Yep. Go ahead and play this Ahimelech,
Mm-hmm.
who is, in fact, CBN.
Yep.
I'll play down an Eli, and then I guess I will go to my rescue attempt.
You got it.
Let's go with a captive priest. He will capture himself over to you. I'll go to an Ahatub who will reserve himself. I'll have a delayed trigger on Ahimelech and Aaron's staff. And we will go to Aaron. Aaron will search. There it is. And then he will band to an Eli. Eli will draw 2. And then I will resolve Aaron's staff trigger. I'll look at the top. When Ahatub was in battle, it was 3.
Is that how it works when it's goes based off of or when the trigger happened, or is it when it resolves? I mean, I guess it's 3 either way in this case, but
it's 3 either way. I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, my guess is that it would be when it's resolved. Yeah.
Well, it's 3 either way.
Yep. All right.
Fields
So.
all up. 3.
Oh.
I like seeing Haman's plot going away.
Yeah, that's rude.
Well, you can have the Lost Souls, and Haman's plot can go to discard.
Mm-hmm.
And then by my spirits, the negate. Sounds good. That is my rescue.
Okie dokie. So you are 2015. Let's see, I guess I do have my Lost Souls trigger. I should do that. Let's see, this is... I don't have the right tokens, but it's supposed to be Old Testament.
Yeah.
Let's do that for
Sounds good.
myself, I guess.
Okay. And I guess, yeah, that resolves before my Himelech.
Right, yep.
Okay. So I'll do that.
Okay.
Got a Shepherd's. I'll send this card to the bottom of deck. And a draw card.
Okay. So you're negating characters, you're protected from capture and shuffle, and you took a book.
And Lost Souls are protected. From the ad.
Oh, sure, yep. Alright, well, let's do... Yeah, let's go with the Deceiver.
Yep.
Go to deck for a CBP character.
Sounds about right.
I don't believe your hand is protected.
Nope. Go ahead and take a peek.
Actually, let's see. Do I look at your hand or do I discard Aaron?
Yeah, I guess you can discard Aaron.
I really want to draw some cards, but I'd rather get the block, I think. And discarding Aaron is probably the best way to do it. Yeah, I think I'll discard Aaron.
Okay. It is your initiative.
Alright, let's play this Wasting Disease to end the battle.
I did, in fact, use a draw ability.
That you did.
Turn this artifact over. Could be anything. And then I'll pass the turn.
Alrighty. Oh, good thing I didn't draw, because now I can use this star ability.
Nice.
Grab a Z-Temp. And, alright, so I can put him down without being negated. Let's see, I suppose that would... Yeah, alright. So let's put down the Himelech. And I will go to battle.
Sure thing.
Alright, let's do Ezra. I'm going to bounce your Himelech. And I will take an artifact, which will be this Holy of Holies. And I will ban to... let's see... Yeah, I didn't negate Holy of Holies, so it's still going to be active. So let's ban to... Joshua. And
Why is Ezra not prevented?
Because he's a priest.
Oh, wait. Never mind. Yep, never mind.
And we'll go ahead and play this Goshen. And that's my rescue. Oh yeah, that was dumb. Forgot one of my... Well, yeah. Alright.
Quick question. You still I don't see my Holy of Holies on my table.
Yeah, I took it with Ezra.
Oh, right. Never mind. I was like, yes, because I
Disappeared.
forget that you can take an artifact. I
Yep.
thought it was either or. Okay. And I just didn't see it because it doesn't show up on the game log.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
And then you're banding to this guy. Sweet. And you played a Goshen. Awesome.
Yep.
So currently not it's a Meek character or Patriarch. Either of these guys or Meek or Patriarch. Let's go ahead and yeah. Your hand's not protected or anything. So I will block with a damsel and
Sure.
take a peek at your hand.
Yep.
I knew that there were only going to be 3. So you got an angel, Fun of God, Crab's Choice, ooh, Job's Wife. Let's go.
Yeah, I know, right?
Love that Reap the Whirlwind in the hand, though.
Yeah, that would have made the last battle a little bit easier if Eli wasn't protecting from shuffle abilities.
Reveal to others, none. So I will draw 3 cards.
Yep. All right, so you are 6'7". Yeah, I should probably just do. Yeah, let's just do that. And discard damsel.
Okay.
My Ezra and my Joshua are too important to
Yeah.
risk their lives.
There you go. You can have your hopper.
Woo. All right. I think this is the way to go. Yeah, we'll go ahead and put down a Meek Zerubbabel, and let's put down this inactive artifact that now you can see what it is when it's in my artifact pile, but I can't. I will pass the turn.
Okay. Draw 3 cards. Let's not use any star abilities. I'll give you this hopper though.
Well, thanks. I will trigger my lost soul, and I will make another one for myself.
Sounds good. Let's go to my prep phase. Let's activate a book. I'll go to my reserve.
It's negated by Akeem, yeah.
Oh yeah, you are right. I'll still activate it.
Sure.
Just to spite you.
All right. Yeah. So that way I can take it.
Nope.
Oh, bummer.
Wishing I had that last turn, but whatever.
I was hoping that you didn't draw into it, and so I'd have the opportunity to use Ezra.
Yeah.
Before it came down.
Go ahead and play this. And this.
You.
Yep. Not super upset that you took my Holy of Holies.
Alright, so you CBN again.
Yep. Do I really care about that? probably. Let's go to my rescue attempt.
Sure.
That's good.
Yep.
Let's rescue with a Defender of the Saints.
Sure.
He will go to my deck.
He's going to punish me for taking your Holy of Holies. Keep on.
Yep.
Now you can use all your characters that don't get hit by it. Or that would get hurt by it.
Abiathar will ban to Eli. And Eli will draw 2.
Sure.
And the rest of Aaron's staff is negated.
Yep.
And I will not use the Tabernacle.
Okay.
Oh, it has to be lone, right? Oh, no, it's just the Tabernacle.
Yeah, just any. Alright, so you are 11-11. Neither of you are prophets, and you're also protected from discard. Yeah, I think probably not going to get a whole lot of drawing with Lying Prophet based on the way priests roll. I'm going to ask for Dominant Initiative.
You're good.
Alright, let's play this Evil Crowd's Choice. And I would like... I think we do that guy. Well, you're not negating characters, so yeah, I guess we'll go with Malachite Slave.
Okay, let's gamble away on this Fallen Star trigger.
I've got a Distressed, right? So it's...
Oh, yeah, it's the alternate art one.
Sweet. Yeah, the fancy one. It's, yeah, okay.
I'm just not reading cards on your board at all today. To be fair, I don't play much Redemption at all.
You keep making me second guess, like, wait, is it not on? Like, because there's always something negating something. Alright, so then I will block with the Slave. Capture to you. And then let's do Haman.
Yep.
And I will take Haman's Boasting from reserve. Or from deck, sorry. Because you were mean and discarded my plot. Which I guess would be protected from that anyway, so.
Yeah. So that one's the draw 3, and you can play an OT enhancement.
Yep. Do I get initiative?
No.
No.
I'll play
Bummer. Alright, well, you can have this Lawless.
Sounds good. Let's go ahead and play Ahamaz, and I will pass the turn.
Okay. Ugh. Man, that would have been... I wish you didn't have Angel there.
Those are some pretty good draws.
Yeah, it would have been nice. Alright, so no upkeep stuff, or I will not use my Zerubbabel's Temple. Alright. Well, guess there's that. Now your artifacts are protected. Let's see. Okay, that is a temple artifact as well. All right. Well, I will go to battle then, I suppose.
Sounds good.
Actually, should I do that first? No, I kind of like that now. Yeah. All right. I will attack with Zerubbabel, and I will trigger Zerubbabel's Temple to top deck. Let's do. Yeah, let's do Joshua.
It's a good one.
And then I will draw one with Jeshua.
Yep. Let's go Red Dragon. He'll do his protect and ignore. And I will band to a Revelation Demon. Or Revelation Evil character.
Yep.
Abaddon will go ahead and negate the Jeshua.
Sure.
Put that Joshua back on top of this.
Yep.
And I will search my. Let's go to my deck. Do a little bit of thinning.
Sure.
That is my block.
Alright, so my initiative then.
Yes, sir.
Let's go ahead and negate and discard that red dragon.
So my initiative.
Abaddon would be go back to your hand.
Oh, it's a band. Yep. I will ask for dominant initiative.
You got it.
You're not protected. You're just tossing. Yeah, I'll play Christian Martyr, targeting Zerubbabel.
And had the angel and the martyr, huh? Alright. Well, that's all I got. Go ahead.
Alright, I'll draw. Let's not use any star abilities. Upkeep. I think that this is worth it. Yeah, during my upkeep, I will play a crowd's choice.
Okay.
Doesn't really matter because I'm going to find a woes.
Sure.
I guess I'll play it as evil, but.
Yep.
And this will go to my hand. Go to my discard. Still in upkeep. I will play an evil 3 woes.
Mm-hmm.
I will, on placement, I will negate an Akeem.
Okay.
And then upkeep, I will use 3 woes to negate distressed.
Sure.
And then I'll go to my prep phase. Let's use books effect to search.
Okay.
Let's find that finally.
Mm-hmm.
We will go ahead and activate it. This is where you play Rubble and Dust.
You know, I did consider that as like a meta call, I guess, because, you know, I figured I knew what you were probably playing.
Hey, I almost switched it up today.
Well, I knew that it would be too tough for you to get away from the priests, so.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and play a shield still.
Yep.
You still have the end the battle It's only if used by a Persian, though, I think. And then you have a Reap the Whirlwind. All of those are tough. I guess I'll just go to my rescue attempt if that's good.
Yep.
Go with an Abiathar. Find a Phineas's Spear. I will have a trigger on Aaron Staff. Now that it's
Yep.
no longer negated, I'll look at the top, or reveal the top 4.
Yep.
Oh, wow. Jeshua's still on top.
Crazy.
Darkness can go into play, which is kind of unfortunate. Because it's put in play by or my ability. And
Right.
those just go on top. Although, do you want to shuffle those away? I guess you can go to reserve.
Yeah, well, I mean, more so would it be, I'd be risking triggering your Fallen Star. Which is maybe okay. I think I'm okay without it. Yeah. No darkness trigger.
Well, that is my rescue attempt.
Alright. Let's do... Gotta figure out how many searches I'm willing to do here.
All of them.
Yeah.
At least 4.
Well...
Well, actually, let's say at most 4.
Right, yeah, that would be more accurate, I suppose. Let's block with Persian Horseman.
Nice.
And I will draw 2. And then, do I take an OG Brown Enhancement from reserve? I don't think I do. Yeah. Yeah, I will choose not to do that part.
I will say it's your initiative.
Cool. So if I end the battle, you can begin a new battle. So that wouldn't be
Probably
great. Let's see. And the spear. It's the protect from a brigade. Yeah, let's just try to shuffle you away.
Okay. I will take special initiative. I will play Sin Offering. I will negate Reap the Whirlwind.
Okay.
And since it's used by an OT priest, I will reserve it and then trigger Hemlock and draw a card.
Sure.
Orange.
Alright, so let's play Mask of Arrogance. I will interrupt your Sin Offering.
Yep.
Draw 3. And... then I will play... Haemon's Boasting. And I will take Sheol from reserve. And draw 3. And then... yeah, not Haemon, so no play on the Boasting. So Reap the Whirlwind goes back to being negated.
And then this is in reserve.
Yep.
So my initiative.
Yep, I'm a 6-3. Or, sorry, 11-3.
11-3, eh?
Yep. Just barely enough for mutual.
Yeah, unfortunately. I would love for it just to be my initiative. I'm gonna draw 3 more cards.
Right?
That seems good.
Mm-hmm.
I will play Phineas's Spear.
Yep.
I will reserve it. And I will grab Sin Offering. I will trigger Himalek and draw a card. Your initiative.
Reserve discard. Take an OG card for reserve. Right. Okay. Huh.
Oh man, I forgot my Fallen Star trigger. Oh well.
Oh yeah, off the Haven's Boasting. Yeah.
Search for Shield.
Oh, that's annoying. Let's do. Let's see. I guess if you do that, then yeah, that would happen. All right, let's just do it. Yeah, I will play the Honor Thy Enemy to end the battle.
End the battle. Sweet. I believe I will begin a new battle.
And Abiathar is discarded.
Yes, you're right. It was mutual. I don't even know what's in your hand anymore. Let's go with the Himalek.
Sure.
I will search my reserve for Phineas's Spear. Why not?
Seems good.
Unfortunately, Aaron's staff is once per turn, not once per battle.
Right.
But that is a Himalek's 3rd trigger for the turn.
Yep. Let's see. Mark 1 use on You'll Remain, so you can only begin 3 more battles this turn, right? No, just kidding. Yep. Okay.
Hey, you got Lying Prophet. You could be playing Unsuccessful.
It's true. Okay, so Persian Horseman could enter battle again.
You can.
So weird. All right, let's do this. I think. Could be bad, but let's play a good 3 woes. Oops, sorry. I'm gonna ask for dominant initiative.
Yeah, you're fine.
So that's gonna be good. I'm going to negate your book.
Okay.
And then I will
Block with the Persian Horseman to discard my You Will Remain.
That is the plan. So Persian Horseman block will discard, You Will Remain. And that was the weird thing, whereas if woes had come up sooner, then yeah, that would have been good. And I do think I'm going to use the Persian Horseman trigger or search. We're gonna take Deserving Scorn from reserve.
Okay. This time I will remember my Fallen Star and Shield.
All right.
You can just move random.
Yeah. Let's see. Move random 1 to bottom of deck. Okay.
And I will. Let's shield away your Wanderer, I guess. I don't really want you having my Humble.
Okay.
I think I have plenty of souls out on my side that I don't think I can
Fair enough.
soldier out.
All right, so my initiative then.
Yep.
11 cards. And of course, you hit the one that I wanted to keep. All right. Well, I will. Let's play Deserving Scorn to banish. Let's go with. See, it does from banish, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's banish your Eli.
Sure.
And then we'll go to deck for an OT Brown enhancement, which will be Better to Be Slaves.
Ooh, I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
Fallen Star again.
Yep. Move random 1 to bottom of deck.
I will shield away my darkness.
Okay.
So that puts you at 5 offense. So it's still your initiative.
Yep. Think I will. Is that even worth playing? I'd have to make Sin Offering such a good card.
That's my favorite enhancement from Israel's Rebellion, that's for sure.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. Alright, well, let's do. Yeah, let's do this anyway. I'm gonna capture your Ahmaz. And then I will draw
captured.
3. What's that?
I said he's captured.
No, okay. I thought you said he's protected. And I was like, wait, no, what?
Oh, no. He is captured.
Alright. Still my initiative
Got
then?
a lot of drawing on this defense.
I know, right?
9 cards.
Still my initiative
Yeah.
then? Alright. I'll let him die. And you can have the Hamas.
Sounds good.
It's not ideal.
I don't believe I've played a TC for the turn. To be fair, it's been a long turn.
I think you're correct.
Yeah, there's nothing in my discard piles.
Yep.
So I'll play Wages.
Sure.
I'll search for gates from my discard.
Yep. Or from your deck or reserve.
Oh yeah, from reserve.
Yep.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and play it. Let's play this Abaddon that you know about.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know about Coyote, but I'll put him down nonetheless, and I'll pass the turn.
Coyote. Cool. Oh, well, that would have been nice before. Got a doll. Alright, so no stars. Don't think I've got anything in upkeep here. Nope. Do you have, well, don't have that upkeep. We do have a Woes upkeep trigger here, which is going to negate.
You got some good options.
I do have some good options. Yeah, let's do your Fallen Star. Let's put down a Shield. Let's put down a Joshua. Put down a hey guy. Yeah, one search is probably fine. Famous last words, but we'll see. Let's play Emmaus Road as my territory class enhancement for the turn.
Sounds good.
And let's grab Mr. David.
He's a beast.
Shuffle that. Once it lets me. There we go.
I guess I'll shield my shepherds away.
Okay. All right, so let's put down David. Let's put down Nehemiah.
Nice.
And I will... Yeah, I think we got to do it that way. All right, so I will go to battle, if that's cool with you.
All good.
Let's do David. I'll band to Jehoshaphat for my reserve. Bounce a human, which will be... let's just do my Akeem. And then band to... band to Joshua. You will underdeck your Sheol in exchange for Nehemiah, who will exchange for Haggai, who will go to reserve for Judge's Seat, and band to Ezra, band to, let's see, yeah, I can't take your artifacts, band to, or I can bounce a human though, if I want to. I guess I'll bounce my Nehemiah, and I'll band to Joshua, who will go to reserve for, I'm going to play this Jerusalem Tower. And then I have a Zerubbabel's Temple trigger, which will top deck Jehu's Sword. And I will draw one with Joshua.
Seems good.
Yeah, we'll see. I think before you block, I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna discard Judge's Seat to discard. I think we'll just do King of Tyrus.
Okay.
All right. That's what I got.
Good to go to blocks.
Yep.
And deck and reserve are protected. Meek guys are protected. That's doing a whole lot right now.
That's meek cards, though. So my Amalekite Slave is protected.
Oh, yep. Sorry, meek card. Yep. Nothing else is protected. You're just tossing stuff, right?
Not tossing at the moment. There's no meek character or patriarch in battle.
Oh, yep, right. It's only meek or patriarch. Okay.
So unless you come out with like a possessing demon from the J deck or something.
You know what's in here.
Or I suppose the accumulator, make some tokens and place them on a hero in battle.
Yep.
That would work.
I guess I'll just block with Fallen Star and withdraw your guys.
That'll work. So they are withdrawn. And let's see. And that would be nice. All right. Well, let's go with a Meek Akeem.
Your hand's protected, right? So you can't present from here?
Oh, yeah. I guess that's true. Yep. Well, that's unfortunate. Why did I do that?
When you use Judge's Seat, I thought for sure you were going after Fallen Star.
Yeah, that would have made more sense. Kind of forgot about the weird present protection thing. Well, that's unfortunate. All right. Well, all those guys in territory have already been in battle. So that's gonna be it. Yep. Fair enough. All right. Well, let's put down a Meek Eliud. We'll put down an Akeem. And I believe I will put down a Job's wife. And I'll put Nehemiah back down. I think that's it. Yep. All right. I'll pass turn.
Okay. I will draw 3 cards. Do I use that star? No, I'm just going to use this one.
Yep.
Top 6.
See, I was kind of thinking, like, I negated Fallen Star, so then I can use my Joshua and my Judge's Seat on other stuff. But,
Yeah,
I mean, I wasn't...
CBN.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about the protection part. So really, I just shouldn't have played Jerusalem Tower. That was the misplay there.
Well, I'm gonna grab this one.
That one seems good.
It does. It is one of the best cards. I'll go to my upkeep. Woes. It's an evil woes. Yeah, let's go on Akeem, I guess. I kind of want my stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, I guess I'll just stay in upkeep. Let's play Son of God. And grab this doll.
Boo.
I'll do still in upkeep, second coming. I'm gonna grab back Son of God. And then I'll go ahead and play it, rescuing Distressed.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go to my prep phase.
Yep.
Alright. Let's use my Book of the Covenant. I'll go to my deck. Because Ahimelech is a Juggernaut High Priest.
Yep, alright, yep.
I'll grab Covenant of Peace. Go ahead and play a David's Tent.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I have any targets left in deck, actually. But I know I have this one in my reserve, so I'm going to grab that one.
Sure. Guess I might as well be using shield triggers here, right? Yeah.
Yep, probably.
So let's do my shepherds to the bottom.
Sounds good. I will. I don't even remember what's left in like my deck. Yeah, I guess I'll just go to my rescue attempt.
Sure.
Let's rescue with an Ahatub. I will protect lost souls.
Seems
Do
good.
really care to exchange? Yeah, I rescued that one. I think like Zadok. I'm just gonna leave Ahatub in battle. I will trigger Aaron's Staff and David's Tent. I'll do Aaron's Staff first. Reveal the top 2 cards.
Yep.
Top 2. Oh, those are some good ones.
Those would have been
Nothing
nice to
too.
have in the last
Yeah.
4 turns.
I'll just leave those on top.
Okay.
And I might as well. I'll draw one with David's Tent. It's a Shepherd's. I will not use Shepherds because I fear foreign lives. That
Sure.
is my rescue attempt.
All right. Well, let's see. I will ask for dominant initiative.
Go ahead.
I'm going to play Second Coming. Go to discard pile for crowd's choice.
Sounds good.
And I will play my crowd's choice as evil. Go to deck. And I will search for Christian Martyr.
Seems like a good one.
Yeah. And I will go to block.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, actually. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that's for dominant initiative.
Oh, you got it.
Okay, I won't play anything, just testing the waters. I'll block with Lying Prophet. We'll look at your hand.
Sounds good.
I guess I technically still had dominant initiative from when I played Crowd's Choice, but
Yep.
Okay.
You
So whatever the
3.
7th dominant is still in there. And I get 3 because you got Zechariah in here. That's interesting. I suppose with Word of Christ and Overcome, he's pretty good.
Yeah. And I found that priest turn 1 are just like not great. So it's like being able to push a guy that prevents an enhancement and maybe draws 2 is alright sometimes.
Right, yeah. And you can grab him with Captive Priest, or well, I guess you can't do it with Ahata, but
You can't
Captive
do
Priest
it
can
with
go
the
right to him.
Yep.
Oh, sure, yeah. Defender, yeah.
And he's also a delivered player and stuff like that, so.
Right. Alright, so I get 3 cards.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Okay, yeah, just making sure. Then I will ask for dominant initiative.
You got it.
Alright, we'll discard Ahatub.
Yep. I will go to my second main. Play Zachariah. He unfortunately is a prophet, but
It seems like you've got ways to deal with the lying prophet. So.
maybe. I maybe have 4 negates in my hand.
Right. Only 2 of them work on Zechariah, though. So.
True. Yeah. I got a lot of enhancements in my hand, so I'm just gonna play Prince of this World and pass the turn, and just hope that you don't have Ride Awesome into David's Proclamation or whatever.
That would be nice. I would also need a sizable number of meek heroes, though. Yeah.
What are you talking about? You got Chamber in your hand.
Chamber Heavenly Host. Let's go. All right.
Yep.
I have a Shepherd's Lost Soul, which I believe I will use to underdeck this card. No. Yeah, we'll underdeck this card. You draw 1. Alright, now we've got lots of options. It's about time. My 3 woes is still good. I should have that target your Gates of Hell.
Sure.
Yeah. I'm going to play Teaching in Parables to negate your Fallen Star this turn.
Sure.
And we'll go take a peek. I think this one is the scariest, so we'll get rid of that.
Leave it in. Make it interesting. Oops. There we go.
And then... let's activate Book of the Law on Temple, and I will bounce my Akeem, and we'll put Akeem back down, turn off your neutrals. Let's put down Baruch.
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, I suppose we'll put some pressure on, I guess. Yeah, let's put down Jehu. We'll equip him with a sword. And then I will go to battle.
You got it.
Alright, let's start out with a Joshua to underdeck Fallen Star. Get that guy out of here. And then we'll exchange to David. We'll ban to Jehoshaphat, who will bounce Job's wife. Who will ban to ban to Jehu. Sadly, my Jehu's sword only can target my lying prophet. I will choose not to discard from reserve. I guess you could choose to discard from reserve if you want. Brown or gray card instead?
Nope.
Alright, fair enough.
I do have a target. I have 4 lives in reserve.
That's true, yeah. Alright.
I still will elect not to.
Fair enough. So then Jehu will exchange for Ezra, who will ban to Haggai, who will play City of Refuge from reserve, ban to...
And you had a whole whole lot of fortresses over there.
Oh yeah. Still no guy that wants fortresses though, or that you know does the cool fortress things.
Yeah,
Um,
what do you mean? You're right there.
and then we'll do a Jeshua, who will band to Nehemiah, who will then exchange with. Um, I guess we can do Baruch. Draw one. Oh, well, look at that. There he is. We'll grab Jaden, or band of Jaden, and we'll discard Abaddon.
He will be discarded.
And that is my rescue.
I think you earned yourself a lawless over there.
Woohoo! Alright, let's put those guys over there. Let's put Job's wife back down. I'm at 8. I will pass the turn. And looks like this will be our last round.
Yep. Yeah, just double checked the time. Here comes some of the souls. I will not use any star abilities.
Mm-hmm.
Upkeep, woes. Does it really matter? I guess we. Yeah, we're gonna negate Jaden.
No, how dare you?
That means like you're not allowed to play cards, right?
I am negated.
And then I will. It's like all or nothing, right?
This is the last chance.
Yeah, I'll just go to my rescue.
Sure.
Let's rescue with a Ahimelech.
Yep.
And I'll use him to grab a peace offering.
Yep.
And then I will draw a card off of David's tent.
Yep.
Not just the card I wanted.
Good.
Virgin Birth.
But
that ain't my rescue because Aaron's staff is negated.
Yep. Alright, well, I will block with the Deceiver, and we'll go to reserve for a Blood Avenger.
You meanie.
And draw 2.
Oh, there goes my timer.
Oh, my initiative.
Unfortunately.
Well, he's gonna die, and we'll.
Yeah, I assumed as much.
Yep. Yeah, that's why last turn when you were like, "Oh, I'll just leave Ahatub in battle," I was like, "Oh, come on."
Well, it's part of like the reasoning.
Right? Yeah. Makes sense.
I can't do anything against Blood Avenger anyway.
Right.
On this turn.
Yeah, that's why I was like, "Oh, I hope he doesn't draw another hero that gets initiative."
Yeah.
And I was hoping your 7th dominant isn't Lord of Armies. Maybe it is still in your bottom 6, but.
I've already played my 7 glory.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's hiding under your tabernacle. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good enough.
I'll play Virgin Birth for the fun of it, and then I'll pass the turn.
Fair enough. All right. Well, speaking of Virgin Birth, I will.
This unfortunately means
look at my last 3.
4-4 tie, because I don't think I can block you. You can grab Son of God here.
Yeah, we're gonna not take anything with virgin birth, right? Yeah.
Sounds good.
Reveal to all none. There we go. Um. All right. Let's make sure coast is clear. I guess we'll shipwreck your storehouse,
Sounds good.
and I will activate 20 shekels to bounce my Job's wife and reveal your hand.
Go ahead.
Cool. So I just need to bounce my Jaden and then attack, I think. See, your Gates is still woesed and no humans to add for Sheol. Let's do it this way. Let's put Builder Sword on Jaden. Oh wait, no, that's not going to work because he's going to be bounced. Oh. Well, I just wanted to play Buckler.
I was wondering if that was the one of the 8 dominants.
Yep. I'll fail to search.
Sure.
And then I will.
Still Sheol, your Ahimelech, or your Amalekite slave, I guess.
Oh, okay, sure.
Just for fun.
Yep. Suppose I should play this before you Sheol away other lost souls. I will rescue the humble.
Oh.
And I will go to battle.
You got it.
Let's do Joshua to underdeck your Sheol. And then David to Jehoshaphat to bounce my Jaden. And ban to a warrior, which will be Jadon. And we'll discard Prince.
He will be discarded. And then yeah, I can't block.
Wow.
You got it.
That was a game.
It was a game. That is true.
Yeah. So I think my two things that I should have done differently for sure. On the first turn, I forgot to do Wanderer for your humble, so I could have gotten around, or I could have banded to Zerubbabel instead of Jeshua with my through your Holy of Holies. And then
taking my Holy of Holies was rough.
Yeah, that was kind of I think what saved me. But here, like this defense does not do well against Holy of Holies unless I've got Humble out. And that was kind of the thing later on is like I had a couple turns where I could have done Wanderer for your Humble before you played or before you underdecked it with Sheol, but I didn't want you to exchange for my Distressed, and or I was kind of just waiting like, okay, maybe I can find Son of God to switch for your Humble and then be able to rescue Wanderer afterwards. I also...
I was a little confused why the Wanderer never switched over, but...
it should have the first turn, and then the other turns I did actually think about it, but I was like, I don't know if I'd... Like, I don't care that much about, like, you having Humble, and then once I took your Holy of Holies, I was like, well, my characters, or, like, my defense is, probably mostly safe from Humble, so I figured I would rather just make sure that I protected my Distressed. So, yeah, that was kind of the
that
thinking.
House Divided was clutch for you as well.
Yeah, the Sin and Blasphemy to, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it gets house divided in my
Right. Yeah.
reserve,
Yeah.
or Swine Stampede. I also play, but
Yeah. I was. Yeah. Actually, when I saw that you were playing the ROJ Red Dragon, I was kind of relieved too, because I was like, okay, I don't have to worry about house divided quite as much. Like I can, I'm still gonna get special initiative, or he doesn't. You wouldn't have a way to make it CVN. Um,
right.
but yeah, that would
Yeah, you
have.
just need a CBP negate, but at that point you had already used the what's it called? The By My
Oh yeah,
Spirit.
by my spirit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I
So
don't know if there's any other CBP because like teaching parables doesn't go in battle. I
well,
don't know if
yeah,
you
at
have any
Amazing
other
Faith, that would
CBPs.
have been the way to go.
Yeah, well, that was revealed on the turn after,
Oh yeah,
like
yeah,
it was on
yeah.
top at that point,
Right. Yeah.
or at least on the turn that I wanted to play it. I know because I was debating on the turn that I blocked with um, the what's his name?
Oh, Fallen Star.
Fallen Star. I was wondering if I would just block with like
Oh,
Abaddon and then play it and then nuke everyone and then just leave Haggai in battle.
right. Yeah.
Um, but I wasn't like 100% confident, because I don't think I saw Amazing Faith on top of your deck yet. I don't really remember, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Because I
just wanted to
think when
like be a for
you,
sure block.
yeah, you looked at my top two, and it was Amazing Faith and Feast of Booths, and I think that
Oh yeah,
was
maybe I did.
the turn
Yeah.
before or something like that. I don't know. The turn that you did that on the block, I did, or like yeah, that was when I blocked with Lying Prophet, got the draw three, and I drew, like I had to go back and make sure that I shuffled, because I drew Amazing Faith, Teaching in Parables, and Emmaus Road. And then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it was Amazing Faith and Feast of Booth, so it did shuffle after I searched, but I was like, oh, those cards seem very
Hmm.
familiar, and yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I was hoping that I would be able to get the City of Refuge out a little bit sooner, because that was kind of a tech that I was like, people are going to be wanting to hate on the Heyman like he's going to get Angel of the Lord every single game if people are
Yep.
or if they're familiar with Persians, I guess, or how the Brown defense works. Like Heyman is pretty much always going to get angeled, and so I was hoping that I could try to mitigate that with City of Refuge, or at least like hold him there and then be able to use him next turn. Um, but
Yeah.
yeah, that didn't come out nearly early enough. Um, but yeah, and then taking
Yeah.
out my Heyman's plot, that was rough.
Yeah. I was super glad, but you did a really good
But
job of picking apart my offense enough to where like you can end the game with a Blood Avenger just
right,
because
yeah,
all my little guys you already got rid of. So
right, yeah, and
and
that
then
was
that
kind of what I was like on that one turn where I used a whole bunch of enhancements and got around your Yule Remain, or like, well, had to try to get around your Yule Remain, and did all the drawing and everything. Like that was sort of my goal. I was like, I don't think I'm actually going to get the block here, but if I can, at least try to set up for one or two more blocks where, one, I can maybe get an Uzza block, and then, two, maybe get a Blood Avenger block. That was kind of um,
hmm
I figured those were pretty much my last two options. I guess I did still have Descent Against Moses and like Job's Wife to play it on, but I had already grabbed the Deserving Scorn from reserve, and you had a number of CBP negates. So basically, you just needed your Sin Offering and your Word of Christ, and would have gotten there.
Yep. And then just
So
being able to play that in the battle with Abiathar dying, that was really good.
oh yeah,
'Cause that
yeah,
opens me up to like Christian Martyr and stuff in the future. And then just one of my initiative guys never,
right,
I mean, he's a great character.
yeah,
He's one of the best heroes in the priests.
yeah. I mean, the fact that he's got the protect from discard, potential to band, or you just tutor something from reserve, like that's, yeah, pretty good,
Yeah.
especially with
His
initiative.
tutor targets are like really good.
Yeah.
Like Phineas's Spear, you can get some drawing if you have the Ahimelech. Peace Offering if you have, a couple of the priests.
Hmm.
That can just draw you a bunch of cards because, a couple of the guys draw two and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah, I was hoping that I would be able to play the Peace Offering and ban to your priests, but
Yeah,
didn't end up working.
that would have been rough. Um,
Yeah, I mean, it would just make you play an enhancement, but that's about it. I don't really know what you had left in your hand aside from the Deserving Scorn.
yeah, that was pretty much it. So yeah, when the Fallen Star hit the Better to Be Slaves, and so that's what
Oof.
I would have preferred to use. Like play the Better to Be Slaves, capture your two dudes, and then get the draw. And then I could play Deserving Scorn just to make use an offering or something like that. I don't know. I was, I maybe should have just left Deserving Scorn in reserve and waited for a Descent Against Moses because I feel like that would have been like a more likely potential block. I think Word of Christ negates a neutral
Yeah.
card, right?
Yes.
So
It's
yeah,
an even or neutral. It's part
yeah.
of the reason why it's in the deck. I mean, it's really good with Zadok because it's CVP.
Hmm.
But if anyone's trying to be cheeky with, activating OT curses and stuff, it can come up.
Yeah, yeah. So I was a little back and forth on whether or not that was actually worth taking, and yeah, I don't think it was because it happened to hit my Better to Be Slaves with the Fallen Star trigger that you got. Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Huh. Well, a little bit of an anticlimactic ending there.
Yeah, a little bit.
I
But that's
think,
all right.
yeah. I mean, let's see. So, would you have had a way to get around Uzza then on your turn?
Um, I don't think so.
Because that was the other thing. I
Um,
was like, okay,
what
well,
what
if
are
I
his
got
numbers?
is a 3/2.
Um,
That was the thing that I messed up when
yeah, I don't
I
think
was
so.
making changes to this deck. I was like, I had the Famine Lost Soul in here because I was like, oh yeah, I've got OT or it can do the OT Unity or whatever, and I was like, I feel like the Famine Lost Soul isn't really that great. I'd be better off having stuff to get defense, so I put in Lawless and Dull, forgetting that Uzza only protects OT Lost
Oof,
Souls.
yeah.
And so when you played Son of God on the Dull, I was like, I actually kind of like that. Like,
Don't mind that.
um,
Yeah, I also forgot that he only did OT. I probably, if I remembered that, I probably would have gone after something else.
sure, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I figured
yeah, I
that
don't think I had a way
either
around
you would rescue it or I'd shield it away. It was kind of my
Yeah,
thing, but yeah, I should go back and change that back. Like I brought it up to 57, just added a little bit more defense, like added more drawing. So like Lying Prophet to have a CPP option for Holy of Holies type decks, and then
yeah,
added the Mask of Arrogance, right? It's the brown one. Um,
yeah, yeah. I don't think I had Defender of the Saints, but I probably would have gone to Abiathar. Um, so Uzza would just be able to die.
oh sure,
Um, so I mean, theoretically, I could go to Ahatub, but I don't know if I would have
yeah.
because I would have grabbed a Trumpet Blast from reserve with Abiathar to try to get rid of like your shield, so you don't have an add to battle. You would need to
Oh
do it like
sure,
preemptively or something like that.
yeah.
So I think Uzza would have worked.
Hmm.
And then yeah, you ran me out of defense pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. I wasn't. I figured that if I would have gotten another turn, I would. I mean, uh,
Hmm.
like if I was planning on having another turn, I would have done a little bit more to get rid of the defense in your hand this turn.
Yeah.
But yeah, I figured you couldn't have that many more evil characters left, and I could
Nope. I
take
had
out.
Deceiver,
Oh
but
sure,
the
yeah,
only like you just need to not draw and run into a Foreign Wives.
Right, yeah. Which, yeah, I was running out of cards to
Um,
draw at that point anyway, so. Yeah, that
yeah,
was
I don't think you could have.
yeah,
Yeah,
that was the
I
one
don't
thing I
think you could.
was worried about that last turn. I was like, okay, we got a 20 shekels just to make sure he didn't draw into Deceiver
Yep.
or something else, and then yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like the priests are pretty solid. What was the other deck that you were thinking about playing? Is it just like a
Um,
GOC stuff or something?
yep.
Or okay,
Some GOC. I had some slight variations on my the one I was playing right when Israel's Rebellion released. I was just doing a little bit more disciple stuff.
sure.
I wanted to build patriarchs, um, but I didn't end up having the time.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I think I'm going to be hopping off priests. I don't think that they're quite there. Um, but
yeah. I feel like the kind of the what they want to do is just a little bit clunky. Like it's uh, like if
they
it
have some
comes
like
out
cool
right,
interactions, but
yeah,
that's
right, yeah. And then also like the first turn options, like you said, are a little spotty. Um, though, like I don't know, maybe playing with the Matthew variants. I mean, you did that a little bit, right? The
the Matthew.
Matthew priests, like where you just
Nope.
kind of oh okay,
I was never on Matthew. I just started off when I looked at priest and I was like, we're gonna try it without.
so
I was talking with
you're a
Sean and
priest
I was like,
purist.
yeah. I was talking with Sean and I was like, I mean, he probably should be in the deck, but
Okay, yeah.
I don't
Maybe
know.
I was thinking of Sean's version then. Is
Yeah,
yeah.
Sean did have at the Memorial Tournament. He was running a Matthew for turn one stuff.
Okay, yeah. And that's kind of what I did with the first priest build that I did, and like it, I think it's okay. Um, I mean, like it's good. You don't have as many ways to get to Matthew as you would in most like any like dedicated disciples deck or something like that.
Yeah,
Um,
it's part of the reason why I didn't
but
want to play it
yeah,
because Angel of the Winds is already a little bit dead in priests. Like it's
right.
fine, but you already have the captive priests and Defender of the Saints,
Yeah,
which
and
you
a
would
head
rather
to
run over Angel of the Winds.
yeah,
And then like you're definitely not playing Angel from the Sun.
yeah,
Um, so your likelihood of finding a Matthew turn one is decreased. So it
right.
just feels funky again.
Yeah.
Where it's like sometimes you get it, but sometimes you don't, you know?
Yeah. I wonder if there's a like a priest martyrs kind of combination that would work out well enough where like you're not fully into priests and so you put in like a Matthew and a Justin Martyr, um,
Yeah.
maybe a
I
couple
feel like the
other
best parts of
things.
priests though are the like peace offering and stuff,
Right, yeah, the stuff that
as well
works
as
with
sin
priests, yeah.
offering. Yeah, I feel like then it just makes a worse martyrs deck
Sure.
and just go more down the GOC route because
Yeah.
they
It's
have
like
stronger stuff that you can do.
yeah, that's fair. Hmm. Yeah. Well, they're definitely a fun offense, probably more fun than the GOC stuff just because there's
Yep.
more it's more interesting as far as the lines of play
And I
go.
haven't done it for 2 years in a row.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, priests are definitely fun. They're a little bit intricate. You have a lot of different lines that you can do with them. Um, I mean, you push a Abiathar a lot, but
Right.
what you do with, his tutor, um, and then like if you get initiative, Phineas's Spear draws you into a couple of more things. Um, so a bunch of your other lines branch a little bit depending on what you get.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to be a little bit more on your toes.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, I think I like I still like the Phineas line. Like I want to make that or figure out a way to make that a little more consistent or like worthwhile. If to just going with Phineas and like cutting a piece, maybe
Yeah.
shared meal for Zeal, and then Phineas's spear.
Yeah.
But yeah, I suppose maybe the big numbers and lack of protection just isn't what the current meta calls for. And
Yeah.
you got the
There's a lot of ways to get around protection right now.
yeah,
If you only have one guy, people. I've seen Wicked a couple of times,
mm,
and then people sometimes are just playing, big guys on defense. And
right,
if you just have a protected guy, like who cares?
yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you have to have still have to have enhancements to back them up.
Yep. Or people play, some more chump block stuff where having a protected guy doesn't even matter.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the Saul unsuccessful and Blood Avenger
Yep.
type stuff. Or I guess Blood Avenger wouldn't get it through
Adventure,
protection,
yeah.
but yeah. Um, hmm, yeah. All right. Well, I appreciate you taking it or going the priest route instead of the boring GOC route. Although I guess I would be kind of curious to see how the Brown defense does against a more GOC offense. I think I played against one or two at the Memorial Tournament, and it actually seemed to go fairly well. Like the defense is not too like Matthew. Like it's pretty much mono Brown, but the offense is still pretty rainbow here. So yeah, there could be
Yeah.
some Matthew issues, but
Yeah. It depends on what type of GOC you're going with.
yeah,
I think some of the, Matthias banding, I think would be a little bit better
yeah,
because you don't do a ton of banding in this defense. I mean, I didn't see like Zeresh or
yeah.
like a
There's
bunch of
there's
Persian stuff. But
Xerxes, but that's pretty much it.
yeah,
But
so it's like I can band once,
yeah,
right? But then I just play like AOC or something,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, like Job's wife and Haman help against the Matthias stuff,
Hmm.
negating the characters that. I mean, so negating
That's
Matthias, but then also negating their toss first stuff
yep.
is nice.
Yeah, Heyman's just a beast in general. He's good against every offense.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that's why I don't know. Maybe I should put City of Refuge in the main deck.
Just expect them to have Angel Lord in hand every single time.
Right? Yeah, yeah. You having Angel for Haman and then Martyr for my Zerubbabel. That was brutal. Taking out my kind of two key players for the
Yeah,
offense and
piece
defense.
offense and defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I almost considered keeping Christian Martyr in hand, but then I was like, you're just going to be banding every
Right.
other
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. If
I
you
might
got
as well.
an opportunity to play Martyr against a posty deck, like I think you take it.
No, that's the one place that you do it, pretty
Right.
much.
Yeah, and I thought about banding too, like getting Jeshua in there to make sure that he was CBN for
Hmm.
to keep my Joshua, so that way if you did do the Fallen Star block, then I could or I'd basically just keep you from doing the Fallen Star block, because then I could just add Joshua. Um, but yeah, I was like, well, if he does block and he takes out Zerubbabel, then I've got Jeshua and without the CBN option for By My Spirit. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. They're I don't know, probably half a dozen one way and six the other. But yeah,
Yeah. Well, either way, it was a good game.
yeah, for sure. So I guess we'll go ahead and report it here, and yeah,
You
we'll
do your
catch you later.
spoiler thing.
Yep.
Yep. Thanks for the game.
All right. Have a good one.
See you later. You too. Bye.